Happy Friday morning to you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad to have you here this Friday morning for our last official Teacher PD live stream. We're going to do some fun things next week just for students. But this is our last PD for teachers, and I thought it was a great topic as we're going to celebrate smart virtual year-end activities. We're going to show you ways that you can use SLSO to have some fun times with your students before we leave over the next 2 weeks. I think the team from Smart, our Smart trainers, have come up with some great activities that are going to be a lot of fun for you to be able to do live with your students. So it's going to be a great stream. But before we get started, as always, this is live on YouTube. It is being recorded. After it's over, it'll be available on our channel down below. You can click the below to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit that 1.5 thousand subscribers soon, so feel free to subscribe to our channel. You can click the bell to get notified whenever we go live or upload a video. That's what that bell is for. And you can always click the like button, give us a thumbs up to let us know how we're doing. In addition, all of our information is posted on our website at edtechtraining.palmbeachschools.org. We have a page on there designed just for Smart Learning Suite Online, where we've done 5 or 6 of these now. There's a great playlist of everything from right at the beginning, just getting started, all the way up through some initial complex things. So there's a great playlist there with tons of resources on the website. And as always, don't forget that chat box is over there. Please feel free to type your comments, share your thoughts on the topic. Just click in there. If it's not there, you may have to scroll down a little bit to see the chat box. So please feel free to chat in there. We have our moderators who have little wrenches next to their name. The other Smart trainers who are not up here are actually going to be in the chat box sharing additional tips and tricks and some other information for you to get started on this. So it's going to be a great stream. So with that, I'm going to introduce our smart trainers, Kaitlyn and Laura, and they are all ready for summer. I'm the party pooper here. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to these two ladies so you can have a great time.
Thank you so much, John. Welcome everyone to our Celebrate with Smart virtual year-end activities training. Woo! My name is Kaitlyn Brugnoni, and I am a Smart Training Specialist. I predominantly work with the schools in the North County area, and I have a Twitter handle at Kaitlyn Brugnoni. I'd love to see what you're doing in your classroom and how you're going to be playing these games that we're going to share with you today with your kiddos. Laura, can you go ahead and tell them a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name's Laura, and I'm another Smart Training Specialist as well. And I cover down in the South area for the schools. And you'll also notice our Twitter handles as well on the screen. So if you have any questions or concerns, you can always contact us, email, or on Twitter.
Thank you. And Laura and I are ready for summer. And I know many teachers, you guys are probably all ready for summer. You probably didn't think it was going to be coming, but it is here. And we have some great activities for you to round out the school year with your kids. And Laura, do you want to tell them the most exciting part about the file that we're going to be showing them?
So at the end of our session today, live on this YouTube webinar, we're going to be sharing all the resources that we've created so that you're going to be able to just take it. So we've made it, you take it, and get to be able to use it directly in your classes with your students.
I think that's amazing because, you get to the end of the year and you just want to grab something to use with your kids, and this is ready to go. So we will be sharing the link to the file a little bit later at the end of today's webinar. So let's first talk about our agenda. What are we going to be doing today with our webinar? Well, we're going to be celebrating and participating in year-end activities with Smart using the Smart Learning Suite Online. We're also going to learn how to access this file. So I'll give you a little bit of a quick step through of, once this is done and you get the link, how to access it. We're also going to take you through basic editing. So, to make this file your own, if you want to make a few little tweaks on any of the activities, or if you want to add more activities, and also to launch this lesson live so your students can participate in a Google Meet with these activities. All right, so our first activity that we have for you, I think is a fan favorite and one I feel like all educators have used at some point in time with their students, and that is bingo. Laura, are there any really cool things that or reasons why you like to actually use bingo in your classroom?
You're muted, Laura. Unmute yourself.
Oh, mute.
Okay.
So there we go. Saying it again. So I really like bingo because we've had the opportunity to use it a lot recently in this new virtual kind of world that we're living in. And I think that it really helps to build community. And so you get a lot of conversation starters that are probably going to happen from this activity. And it's just great to use with not only your students, but you could also use this with faculty or colleagues to have some fun.
And before we get started with this activity, I would like you to sign in to my Hello Smart class. So if you could open up a new tab, Hillary's also dropping in the information in the chat so you can get the information there as well. But open up a new tab, do not close out of the YouTube live stream, and go to hellosmart.com. You're going to sign in as a student, as a guest. And you're going to enter in the class ID 294990. I would love for you to take a part of these activities and participate, so please join in if you're able to. Again, hellosmart.com, sign in as a student, and enter in the class ID 294990. And I could see students starting to enter into my class. So far, I have just a few, so we'll give it just a few more moments. So bingo is such a fun way, like Laura says, to build community for students to connect. And the way we have this one set up, you're also going to learn quite a bit about your students, because the students are going to put their markers on things that they've done, that they've achieved. And it's also great to be able to highlight, just the year that the students have gone through and some things that they're excited or looking forward to. Maybe you're doing a summer bingo, and I could put things in, maybe I'm doing this, maybe I'm doing that this summer. So there's a lot of versatility that you get with this activity. If you haven't joined yet, don't worry, you will have time to join for some of the other activities, but I do want to go ahead and get started with this bingo activity. It is a handout, so for those of you who are in my class, if you can go ahead and start the handout. I'm going to click on student progress on my end. So one, I can see who has started their handout. And I could also click on teacher handout because I have my own copy. So here's my bingo activity. I know it does look a little far away and a little small. Please note at the lower left-hand side of your screen, it says 100% with a plus and a minus. You can actually zoom in to make this a little bigger if you need it. And I can also click on the pointer finger and I'm able to move this up and down. You'll notice at the bottom, there is a beach ball. This beach ball is infinitely cloned and this is your marker. So this is what you're gonna use to fill up your bingo card. So for those of you who are participating, go ahead and move the beach ball to things that you have done recently. And once you have bingo, click the done button in the upper right-hand corner of your student handout and also type bingo in the chat. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it for myself. I played with chalk. Yep, I did. I have a 3-year-old, so that's not a surprise. Let's see, I've gone fishing. We taught him how to fish. Helped make dinner. How about just made dinner? We know as parents, we're the ones that are making the dinner. Played a video game. Yep. Let's see. Oh, gone on a virtual field trip. I haven't done that, but I know EdTech has some pretty exciting things coming up for you guys next week that has to do with that. So your students just, keep on dragging the marker to things in which that they have done. As a teacher, I'm going to go ahead and get on my teacher handout, and it looks like we have some people who have bingo. Let's go ahead and check in on Lori. She does have bingo. Let's see. Lori has helped to make dinner. She slept in. Oh, I wish I could sleep in. I have a 6-month-old too. Watched a YouTube video to learn something new and had a family member or babysat a family member. Yes, good job, Lori. Who else has bingo? Martina. Let's see. Found a new hobby. Oh, I'm curious to see what new hobby you have found during this. Read a new book. Oh, I love a good book. Played a video game. Nice. Slept in. A lot of people are sleeping in. And you've gone on a virtual field trip. That's awesome. Let's see who else we have. I'll go through one more, Miss Steiner. All right, awesome. Exercise at home, good. Keep up that health. Had food delivered to your house, yes. Video chatted with friends or family. I think that's a blessing in all of this with our technologies, that we could still physically see them on a device. We just can't physically be with them. And played a game using a ball. Good job. So you could see how much fun this could be with your students. And like I said, you can have them type bingo in the chat. And this is a ready-made activity for you to use. You can literally download this file when we're done today, and you can use this with your students either this afternoon or tomorrow. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go on to our next activity. Shout it out, shout it out. I love a good shout it out activity. So for this next part, I have 3 shout out activities. Shout outs are smart activities. And they're very easy to create. In fact, I can create one on the fly right now by clicking on this plus, and there it is. But I'm not going to do that because I have 3 of them ready to go. So what I'm going to do, and for those of you who are not yet a part of my Hello Smart class, Hillary has dropped the instructions in the chat. I will display it for another moment. hellosmart.com. You're going to enter in as a student. And the class ID is 294990. Again, we have a lot of great activities coming up. I'd love for you to join and get some hands-on experience with these activities so you can use them with your students. So while we wait for some more people to sign on and give them that opportunity, I want to talk about the Shout It Out activities. So what's going to happen is as soon as I start the Shout It Out, on the student end, there's going to be a text box that you will see. And you simply just type in your answer. So me as a teacher, I'm shouting out the question, and you as a student, you're typing it in. And what I really love about this activity is it makes for silent discussion, right? They're not shouting out the answers to me, they're typing it in. I'm the only one that's talking. This also works really great in a Google Meet. And even if a student isn't able to be on hellosmart.com and physically contribute to that conversation, they can do that in the Google Meet chat. So for those of you who are just staying on the live stream with me, I really encourage you to type your response to these shout outs in the text box. We would love to see what you have to say. So I have some would you rather questions coming up. Hey, Laura, do you like going to the beach?
I do love going to the beach.
All right, well, I got a question for you, and this is for everybody. So remember, when I hit start, for those of you who are in my Hello Smart, you're going to type in the chat box, and those of you who are just staying in the live stream, please type in that chat box, would you rather? Would you rather go to the beach and forget a towel, or go to the beach and forget sunscreen? So which one? Would you rather go to the beach and forget a towel, or go to the beach and get sunscreen, or forget sunscreen? All right, we have a couple of responses coming in. A lot of people are saying towel. I guess it depends on your skin tone. I am very fair. So if it's a very sunny day, you know, our beautiful summer days where there's not a cloud in the sky, if there's not a cloud in the sky, I need sunscreen, or else I am going to get red. I'm going to be a lobster, and that's just not any fun. But a lot of you are saying towel, so that's very interesting. So we got a lot of towels. So as a teacher, I can group these together. If someone says something inappropriate, I am able to trash the response if you needed to. But this is a really fun way to kind of play Shout It Out with your students. I have another Would You Rather question coming up. All right. The next one. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm curious to see how everyone's going to respond. Would you rather have a lemonade stand every day for a month to make some extra money? Or would you rather do yard work for a week to make that extra money? So it's either a lemonade stand every day to make extra money or yard work for 1 week straight to make extra money. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Those of you in my class, you have a text box. So do you want to do yard work or do you want to run a lemonade stand? Remember, the lemonade stand is every day for a month, where yard work is only 1 week. Oh, yes. Someone said yard work for 1 week with exclamation points. Remember, if you're in the live stream chat, tell us what you think. Do you want to run the lemonade stand every day for a whole month, or would you rather just do yard work?
I see a funny one down there.
I love this response. Go to the beach and forget about sunscreen. So they don't want to do either, Laura. They just want to go to the beach.
Exactly. I'll take the lemonade to the beach.
Oh, yes. You see, what I was talking about earlier is I would hope that someone's running the lemonade stand, because I might want to just do the yard work, and then I would just go and get lemonade from the lemonade stand when I get overheated, right? So we're going to go ahead. We can organize these, right? It looks like a lot of people, actually, I think it looks tied almost. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's tied. All right, that's pretty good. So we got some that are saying some are saying yard work, some are saying lemonade stand. Looks like we have some responses coming in from the previous question. So I'm just going to put these down here to keep them, just sorted a little bit. So that's pretty good. Awesome. All right, I have one more would you rather question. Last one. I don't think this one is as difficult as the other one. So let's see. I feel like I have a prediction which one I think there's going to be more of. Okay. So this is the question, and I'm going to ask Laura to give a prediction in a moment. So the would you rather statement is, would you rather go hiking with no shoes or socks, or go to the beach all day and have to wear a coat? So would you rather go to the beach in a jacket all day or go hiking with no shoes or socks? Laura, which one do you think is going to get the most?
I'd be wearing that jacket to the beach. Not hiking anywhere.
Yes, totally. I have very delicate feet, guys, and I don't even like walking outside on concrete without shoes on. So I'm at the beach with a jacket all day long. It looks like a lot of people are saying, though, they'd rather go hiking with no shoes. I mean, y'all are brave. That would just not be me. And
I guess hiking on the beach.
Yeah, well, and I guess if I went to the beach with a jacket, guess what won't happen?
Don't get sunburn.
Boom. It's like a win-win, right? You just got to make sure you don't overheat. So just take lots of water with you, right? Mm-hmm. All right, awesome. Jacket to the beach all day. Awesome. Good job. So this is just really fun. You guys can think of a bunch of different types of would you rather questions for your kids. It just I feel like just like with bingo, this one also builds a sense of community because I can actually click on the gear and I can see who has contributed what, if they've even contributed. And I can also see who has said something. So I know John right here says he'd hike with no shoes. I also have, let's see, we have Rain, who also says they would hike with no shoes. So you would get to know your colleagues. You can use this for faculty meetings even, and with just, some silly would you rather questions. All right. Right, Laura, ready to go to our next activity?
Ready.
All right. Well, that's Mr. Potato to you. Laura, name the movie.
Toy Story.
Yes. Okay. So we have a Mr. Potato Head that is coming here. And this is also going to be in the form of a handout. So for those of you participating on hellosmart.com, you can go ahead and click Start Handout. As always, I am going to show you my teacher handout for those of you who are on the live stream with me so you can see what it looks like. So we have to help Mr. or Mrs. Potato get ready for their day. So all your students, all they have to do, they just drag and drop the pieces of potato onto the screen. I'm going to make a Mrs. Potato. And I think I'm going to have her go to the beach because I feel like, you know, stay on theme, right? Give her cool little beach hat. And the one thing you need when you're going to the beach, flip-flops. You need those flip-flops. She's missing her arms. So this is just fun, maybe like a little warm up for your students while you're waiting for everyone to sign on. They can, you know, show their creativity, make their own potato head. This is great for the primary grades, right? So there's my potato head. Let's go check in on some of the other teachers. Remember, click done when you are finished. Let's go into John's and see what his potato looks like. All right, John, your potato is going to the beach with a pretty cool hat. I like it. Martina, let's see what you have going on. Oh, I love your potato head. See, what I like about this activity, there's so many different varieties of how your potato can look. And I've been playing around with this file for quite a while, and I've never put it together like that. And I'm loving that potato. Let's see, Mindy, you have one that's ready to go? Nice, nice. You know, the glasses look great. I feel like it matches her hair and her nose. Let's see, Rain. Nice, Rain, I love it. And I'll check on one more, Adele. Let's see what yours looks like. Nice, good job, guys. So like I said, this is just a fun activity maybe for our primary students, right? Again, just trying to bring in some fun for the end of the school year. All right, we're gonna be moving right along. We have a few more activities to share with you. The next one is probably one of my favorite activities. So we're getting to the time of the year where we're starting to say farewell, right? We're starting to say goodbye. We're gonna miss our kiddos. Obviously, this is not the ending that we would have liked virtually, but we're gonna make the best of it. And we have a really cool handout here for you. So for those of you, again, who are signed into Hello Smart, go ahead and click your handout. I will share my teacher handout to show everyone on the live stream. We have a farewell worksheet here for my students. And they're able to use the tools on the left-hand side. If they have a touchscreen device, they can ink over this. There's a color wheel. They can choose their colors. They also can bring in pictures from a Being Safe search, and they can also bring in some text boxes. So when it says, who are my best friends, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. You can change the color. And let's say, I'm going to say Laura's my best friend. And I just drag and drop it to where I want it to go. So they can, you know, put in multiple names here. They could bring in a picture. Maybe they have a picture of their friends from their Google Drive, right? So they can select an image from their Google Drive and bring that in. My biggest accomplishment this year, all right, maybe for teachers, right? We survived virtual learning. What you're looking forward to this summer, your favorite subject, history, best subject ever, right? Laura, I know you agree with me.
More about technology or science or math.
Yeah, history's cool though too. Also, you have your favorite food, color. So it's just fun. You get to know your students. And what I really like about this is when you're done, your students will click done in the upper right-hand corner. And if I'm in a Google Meet, my students can then present their findings. So for example, Tony just says that they're done. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to see, oh, Tony learned how to play soccer this year. But maybe I want Tony to talk about their presentation, right? So I would maybe ask Tony to come off of mute, and Tony can present to the class their farewell worksheet. This would be a great closing activity, maybe as like one of your final Google Meets with your kids, where they could still do presentations. It's just virtual presentations. So I really love this activity. I know this one takes a little bit of time, but so I'm just going to randomly go and drop into some of your handouts. Suhail, I'm going to come and see you. I see that you're writing. Nice. Remember, you also have text boxes. I'm going to come back to you. Let's go check on Mindy. Nice, Mindy. Your best friends are Judy and Tracy. Biggest accomplishment, teaching teachers virtually. Yes. You know what? I think that's probably my biggest accomplishment too, because I've been doing that as well. So this is so great. You look forward to seeing your daughters this summer. Yes. I know a lot of people are probably really looking forward to seeing family. I know my parents, they miss our kids so much. And I miss them, and they keep saying that they'll come and take them when everything is good. So Tamara, let's see, your best friend's Kendall. I learned to teach virtually this year. I love it. Biggest accomplishment, teaching 4th grade. I bet 4th grade is not easy. Awesome. Suhail, let's go back to yours. Nice. Best friends, Edna, Marsha. Awesome. Let's see who else. Adele, let's see what you're doing over here. Looks like you just have a couple of dots here. Awesome. You know, don't forget, yes, you do have the ink, but you also have text boxes that y'all can use. Wagner, let's see what you got. Don't forget, you guys can use the tools on the side. John, nice. My best friends are Fred and Billy. Biggest accomplishment, building my island in Animal Crossing. I learned to stream on YouTube. Awesome. So this is just a really good activity that you can use with your kiddos. And like I said, they can present it themselves. You can ask them to take themselves off of mute. You as a teacher, click the one that you want. Like say I want Tony to present, I would click on Tony's handout. I'm sharing my screen, and Tony can just start talking about their handout and about who their friends were, biggest accomplishments, etc. This particular activity can be used from K to 12 and anything in between. So there really is no age limit with this file. I feel like this is appropriate and applicable to all grade levels and to all students. All right, moving right along. Roses are red, violets are blue. Anybody like poetry? Laura, you like poetry?
And I've got a great summer activity for you.
All right, so we have some magnetic poetry. If you guys remember as children, when you were doing the alphabet tiles on the refrigerator, well, this is very similar, except it's digital. So I'm gonna click on my teacher handout. Each of these pieces is movable. So your students will come up here and they'll start making their poem. I love running. And they can keep on going on and on and on. I love running, hiking. I love flip-flops. And this can be used very similar to the previous activity, where when you are done, you can click on the done button in the upper right-hand corner, and you can have your students present their poem. So I'm just gonna real quick go into some people's, let's see, Tony. I love swimming, hiking, flowers, running the sidewalk. Nice. John. I ran. Kathleen. Flip-flop sunglasses, nothing better. Although we do flip-flop sunglasses year-round here. We're blessed in that way. So this is a really cool activity. very hands-on. Your students can organize things to make their poem. And then, like I said, they can present via Google Classroom. All you have to do as a teacher is to click on their name to present the screen so they can talk to their screen. So let's check in on one more. Mindy, I wish we were home. Nice. All right. I believe it is our last activity, Laura, and we are going to team up. Do you know what that means?
I'm thinking it's going to be one of our popular activities that a lot of people have really enjoyed doing for the last few months, and I think it's a monster quiz.
You would be correct. It is a monster quiz, guys. Who's ready for a monster quiz? So I know this is a very popular activity. I know a lot of people in the YouTube live stream are probably like, I want to play a monster quiz. So I'm giving you one more chance to join my Google, my Hello Smart class, hellosmart.com, 294-990. I know Hillary has dropped it in the chat multiple times, so you can go back and you can see it there as well. But I want to make sure if you want to play Monster Quiz that you are able to play. And this is going to be on summer trivia. We're trying to keep things lighthearted. We're keeping things fun. So I'm going to go ahead and start for the class. And I do want to show you that this is my waiting room, right? So my students can still be joining my class right now. And they would just keep on populating up here on the screen. But as soon as I click on divide into teams, that's it. Nobody else can join. This is who is going to play. So I'm going to give it just a few more seconds before we get started. And I'm going to divide you into teams. We have 16 people who are going to play live. Those of you who are on YouTube live stream, you could just watch up here. If you're able to go over to hellosmart.com, that would be great. All right, I'm going to give it 10 more seconds. See, people are excited for Monster Quiz. Monster Quiz is fun, man. All right. For those of you who have used Monster Quiz, I know it's a fan favorite. Please be aware there is something called Team Quiz as well. So if you teach high school and you just want something that's a little bit more, I don't know, teenage-ish looking, Team Quiz is a great option. It plays the exact same as a Monster Quiz. I, however, love the cartoons, love the monsters. So I always just opt for Monster Quiz. All right, I'm going to divide you guys into teams. We have 18 people. Let's go ahead and make 6 teams. I'm not the best at math, but I did know I was going to put 3 people on each team. So just a real quick reminder that you can switch people from teams. Okay, so I could switch people around if you wanted to make custom teams based on level, etc. Let's go ahead and start this quiz. Remember, it's on summer trivia. So on my end, I don't get to see the questions right now. I created it, so I know what the questions are. But I do see all of my teams. And Mega Melters, you got it wrong, but that's okay. Try again. Martina, good job. Adele, good job. I'm able to provide positive reinforcement. I'm able to tell them to keep on trying if they get it wrong. I don't know who's getting it wrong, but your little eggs and boxes are shaking, which tells me somebody got it wrong. So just keep on trying. Good job, Michael. Good job, Tamara.
Go Snowblinders.
I know they're pretty far in the lead right now. Icebergers, though, I don't know. They're coming back. They might be some competition. Let's go, Case Crashers, Mega Melters. Don't give up. You can keep on going.
Oh, I see the Lava Slingers are catching up. Oh, no.
I know. I wasn't even giving them any love, and here they come. They're going to come back from behind. I see a purple arm out of Lava Slingers, and I see like a blue-green arm coming out of Snowblinders. Oh, 2 arms, Lava Slingers. They're in the lead right now.
Oh, the Icebergers are coming back.
Case Creatures. Oh, good job. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? I see an eyeball. Oh, Lava Slingers so close. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Oh, the anticipation is killing me. Ah! Snowblinders, you were the fastest to finish. Good job. Let's see. Let's get a second and a third place. Good job, Lava Slingers. Second place. Who's going to be third? Almost. It looks like it might be Case Creatures. Icebergers. Case Crashers, what happened? Keep on going. Keep trying. We need a third place. All right, good job, Case Creatures. So I'm going to go ahead and end this quiz. You can let it keep on going until your kids are done, but I'm going to go ahead and end it. All right, good job. So let's go ahead and review. All right.
If you were real quick, if you were Rain in there, if you could type in the comments back on the YouTube, if you can say what your name is, that would be really, really awesome. I've got Adele, Rain, and Tony.
Good job. I'm going to go back to that. Yep, good. All right. So some of the questions, you can see there's a little bit of data here that you can go through with your students. Like I said, this was meant to be fun. So I thought this was really cute. What famous Walt Disney character's first words were hot dog? And that is actually Mickey Mouse. I don't know if anybody else is watching Disney Junior these days, but they always say hot dog, hot diggity dog. And now it makes sense. It's because that was Mickey Mouse's first word. 4th of July question in here. This is awesome. So just a cute little summer trivia for you with Monster Quiz. All right, so then we get the most popular question. Kaitlyn, that was so much fun. This was awesome. How did you make that? How do I get that? Remember, we are giving you a link to this whole entire file, so you don't have to make anything. But a couple of resources that you have available to you is the Smart Exchange. Don't forget, exchange.smarttech.com, where we have some pre-made activities. It's a repository. It's made by teachers for teachers. Obviously, the Smart Learning Suite Online is also what we are heavily using. All right, so let's say you get this file and you want to add an activity, or even if you want to make a couple little tweaks, okay? So when you open it in the Smart Learning Suite Online, when you get that link, you'll click Open with Smart Learning Suite Online. It'll download it into your Smart Learning Suite folder in your Google Drive. And once you open it, it launches it live, like this. You click on the hamburger in the upper left-hand corner and you click on Edit Lesson. You now have the ability to go to that monster quiz and you can edit it. You want to add questions, delete questions, etc. I do want to create a game with you on the fly real quick. One more activity that you could do with your students. You click on the lower left-hand corner, the plus. You can add more games if you wanted to, but I'm going to add a new page. I want to create something called a graffiti wall. Laura, have you ever heard of a graffiti wall?
I have heard of a graffiti wall. So I think this is going to kind of take place of what students would have been doing at the end of the year, where they would be able to sign in a yearbook. So I know a lot of kids aren't going to get their yearbooks till the end of the school year, or maybe even not next school year. So you guys can create kind of like a little virtual yearbook wall that the students would be able to sign and leave messages for each other.
Yes, and so what I'm going to do is I took an image, because you can bring in an image search, and I'm taking an image of a brick wall because I think it'd be fun, you know, for them to write on a brick wall. And I'm going in this down arrow in the upper right-hand corner. I'm actually going to lock this, and I'm going to add a text box. I want to make it pretty large. I want to make it, let's say, green, Comic Sans, bolded. And I'm just going to simply write, leave a message. Oh, maybe I'll make it a different color because it's not really coming up that like I like it on here. So I just highlight it. Once it's in, I could pull from the lower right-hand corner to make this bigger, leave a message, lock this down, right? You don't want it to move. All right, so real quick, I just made my graffiti board. I now want my students to be able to, you know, edit this, or not edit, but add to it and leave their messages. And I'm going to click on Convert to Activity. Now, I've been using handouts the whole entire time today. So handouts are individual worksheets, but I'm actually going to make this a collaborative workspace because I want everyone to work on this together. Once I'm all done, you just click on Finish Editing and you're live. So you start your Google Meet, you go through your lesson with your students. And I'm going to jump to that collaborative workspace. And if you're still in my class, go back to the Hello Smart tab. You could participate in one last activity. And I'm going to set this up. And I can put you guys into teams. I'm going to put everybody on one team. I'm going to go ahead and put us, you know, all just on one team. If you have a class of like 40 students, maybe you want to, you know, put them on like on 3 teams or something like that. But I am going to put us all on one team. And on the left-hand side, you have the same tools that you had when you were in a handout. So you could bring in images, you can bring in text. So let's say I want to, I had so much fun this year in civics. That's what I used to teach, showing it some love. Because we all know students love civics so much. All right. And they can, sign their name. So I know who wrote it. So you can have this page full of your students, their feedback and their messages. And you can, take a screenshot of this to save it if you liked. I know at the end of the school year, every year, I'd have my kids, just graffiti my whiteboard with messages. And that was always just really fun to see. So like I said, this file, you are going to have access to this file. Hillary's going to drop a link in the chat. And you can use these today, tomorrow, next week with your students. These are ready to go activities. And that's all we have for you for today. Laura, do you want to share anything?
You're muted again, Laura.
Having a great end of the school year for everybody. So.
Yes.
And we were looking for some winners, winner chicken dinner that are going to get some emails shortly. So from our monster quiz, I had down Adele and Tony, and Rain is Jermaine is what I was seeing there. Mr. Jermaine Brown. You're going to get an email from us, and we're going to be able to send you a couple of little smart swag items. And then I was looking for our bingo winner. I haven't found it yet, but once we find the bingo winner, we will make sure that you also get contacted as well.
How awesome, ladies. So so those of you who are winning on the monster quiz and some lucky bingo winner, don't be on the lookout in your email. Laura, it'll come from you?
It'll come from myself or Kaitlyn, yeah.
Okay, so be sure to be on the lookout in your chat for that great smart swag. How exciting. So thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm going to end out here with just a few more of our announcements. So starting Monday, Kaitlyn kind of alluded to, we're going to be starting our virtual field trips, our virtual experiences, sorry. And these experiences are going to be virtual tours of different places. We have some people who are going to come in and talk about how glass blowing works. We have the Science Center coming in talking about the brain and all kinds of other awesome ideas and careers. So it starts off on Monday at 11:30 with two of the vice presidents from Walt Disney World. So you're going to be able to ask questions and talk to people from Walt Disney World who used to work there. And the other thing just to keep in mind is these are designed for students. So we want your kids to join these. So on our website, which the link is in the chat, when you're in the website, just so you know, the links are there for you to post to Google Classroom and then have your students join live just like you are joining live right now. In addition, on Wednesday at 3:30, we have a Twitter chat where we're going to ask questions about looking towards the future and things that we learned using the hashtag PBC Trailblazer Chat. So you don't want to miss those chats. They're lots of fun. You get to learn new things about your peers. All over the world, we have people join us. So feel free to join us for that. In addition, save the date for June 9th and 10th for our Remote Digital Learning Institute. We're going to be doing 2 full days, 6 hours each day of awesome live streams for you to join us on with keynotes from around the country, including one of our fan favorites, Kevin Honeycutt. He's going to be doing a keynote for us as well. So we have a lot of great lineup. We're going to have an awesome session from Smart there so that you guys can be engaged with them as well. So please register. We were already past 100 registrants. We thought we were going to cut it off at 500. So we may increase, we may not. We may keep it super exclusive. So sign up soon so you can get your spot reserved. In addition, I just want to personally thank, as we talk all the time, to Kaitlyn, Laura, Akia, Hillary, the whole group of smart trainers. I know Ryan, I think I got all of you guys, for helping us field all the questions from teachers using this form. It does take a whole army to help keep this going and help support 13,000 teachers. So we appreciate you guys, as you guys are right on that, helping teachers. I know many people in our chat and across the district have gone through full school trainings with you guys. So it's just been awesome having you guys as a support as we do our live streaming and you're doing the more personal, intimate thing. So we do appreciate that a lot. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over back to Laura and Kaitlyn, so you can give a few last words before we leave for summer.
Thank you, everyone. Yes, put the shades back on. Our future is bright. I want to thank everybody for joining us for our smart webinars that we've been conducting. We've had a lot of fun putting them on for you. And, we're just really happy about this continued partnership with the school district.
So thank you guys so much. Have a great summer, and don't feel free to reach out to us though in the next few weeks here if you need anything for the end of the year to help and support.